Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today I want to talk about the fact that we live in a simulation. We're in a simulation. What do I mean by that? We live in a world that is just a projected construct, but we make it feel so real and it becomes so important that it solidifies and becomes difficult to manipulate. In this video today, I'm going to talk to you about the fact that we live in a simulation and how to control it so you bring forth your wonderful desires. Before I do that, if you like spirituality simplified and accessible, then consider subscribing to my channel. If you like this video, consider giving it a like. Also, join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle, which is full of nearly 1,500 wonderful souls on a wonderful journey of change and creation. And I've got something to talk to you about at the end of this video. If you want to hear it, check it out. But anyway, guys, so we're talking about the fact that we live in a simulation. Why am I bringing this up today? Because what I want you to realize, since I had my awakening, since I've realized the truth of the universe and I live by this way of life, life has opened up in ways that I can only have imagined a few years ago. What I want you to realize is that the simulation of this reality, it feels real. It's a little bit like if I put a VR headset on you, right? And you see you've seen those videos. Someone gets scared by a zombie on a VR headset, they run into a wall and crack themselves. In that moment, it feels so real, visceral, truthful. You know, it's a bit like the Matrix story. You know, as long as I stimulate the right parts of the brain, this is going to feel real. So what I'm trying to say to you is we cannot take reality too seriously, too realistically. We have to realize that it is an expression of the self. So anything that's in your life at the moment, to be able to control the simulation, you have to realize it's a simulation and you have to stop fighting against it. You need to learn the laws of the mind, laws of life. Once you know the eternal laws of life, then we can start to have an effect on the simulation, because you see, the simulation itself is just a reflection of the inner environment. So what are those laws of life? Well, firstly, the first law that I want to tell you about, coined by the wonderful Joseph Murphy, is the laws of mind. The laws of mind, what are they? Well, it's what I impress into my subconscious mind through my conscious mind, the pen, and I write into my subconscious mind, knowing what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, is going to have an effect. It's going to be expressed on the screen of space. I'm going to explain this because this has been one of the biggest changes for me of how I've been able to change my life. You see, I let myself become intoxicated with the internal verities of the divine, of God. What are those internal verities? Well, it's beauty, harmony, peace, balance, effortlessness, joy, love, many of these truths. Now what that means then is that now that is the environment that I allow to exist within me, regardless of what the simulation is reflecting at this point. So when I reach my point where I had enough of feeling this way, living this way, so the laws of mind you'll only start to live by that rule when you've had enough of feeling the way you feel. When you only want to do it just to change the reflection of the simulation in front of you, it's hard because you're constantly looking at the simulation as it's the most important thing. You have to give less importance to this reflection. This is the key. The reflection is just the expression of the inner laws of mind that you've created already. What are your laws of mind at the moment? Well, it's whatever you've been paying the most attention to. So if you're someone who's waking up in the morning worrying about their debt, worrying about their relationship, worrying about this and that, you have to understand worrying is praying for that which you don't want. So what I'm trying to say to you is I have now developed this system where instead of now acting from that feeling, see, the feeling in you that is anxiety or stress or fear is making you want to figure it out, is making you want to change. What I instead want you to do is realize that the anxiety and the fear is because there's a desire in you that isn't expressed, a desire in you that wants to express itself. Now what do we do then instead? We observe the feeling that goes against it, which is the fear, and we breathe behind it through that observation. So we relax the body, very relaxed. The body wants to fight and wants you to run, fight, think, but you're going to do the opposite. You're going to relax, breathe deeply and just focus on one point of your body where you feel like the center of that energy is. After a while, that energy will release. You then have a wonderful access to the subconscious mind in that point, where you can start to now envelop your mind with the eternal verities of life, which is divine peace, divine harmony, divine love, divine abundance, divine health. Now you can create a wonderful prayer from that place. I like the prayer of a divine peace fills my soul, divine love saturates my entire being. I'm divinely guided in all ways. Divine law and order govern my life. Divine right action reigns supreme. I'm where I'm meant to be, doing what I love. Infinitely prospered, infinitely blessed. Now, what happens in that space too? The next step is you're starting to understand the laws of mind. It says the mind can only focus on the dominant thought. So now my dominant thought is on the eternal verities of life, which is harmony, peace, abundance, flow, balance, love, all of these things. That's amazing. That step is absolutely done. Now the simulation in front of you, the projection onto the screen of space, your desire now will be able to flow through you and express itself. See, desire is something not to be ashamed of. It's actually a divine stirring within that says, this is what you need. Now, the ones of you out there who get frustrated sometimes on my videos and comment like, I've been doing this 5 years. The frustration comes from the non-expression of the desire. And you become what Joseph Murphy would say would have a withered hand. We need to resurrect that desire within us. And we resurrect it through the eternal truths of the law of mind. Then it will express. Now, the next step is there's an imagery that comes with that wording. Now the imagery of the end will start to flash on your mind. Again, because we're from that place of peace where we're not responsive to the environment anymore, it doesn't really matter what's happening. We find peace, harmony, flow, joy in us. Now that imagery, there's no resistance to it. This is what the beauty of it is. There's no resistance coming up against these truths now, because I've found peace behind the chaos of what this potential simulation is. You have to understand that even science realizes now that without observation, the universe, the observable universe, is only potential. Light potential that collapses into physical expression when observed. So it's like, what do I want to observe? I get to choose, actually. I get to choose whether I observe life from a point of abundance, flow, harmony and joy, or I observe it that life is a string of events that happen against me or happen without my say so, and I just have to accept them. What place do you want to go from? Let's realize that we have a wonderful subconscious mind, which is the key to the divine. It is the access point between us, conscious mind, and the divine mind, the deeper mind, the subconscious mind. It is where God lives. It is where the divine lives. It is the part of your mind that makes your heart beat, your hair grow. It helps you to digest your food without being aware. It constantly is trying to look after you, protect you, bring you lifeward. So what you have to understand, if I have a part of my body that constantly wants to look after me, guide me, love me, make me whole, then it also wants me to succeed in many ways, but it accepts what is impressed upon it, not what I say to it just once or twice. It accepts the dominant of two ideas. So is your idea on lack or abundance, on love or disconnection, on health or illness? Let's flip the script. Yes, sometimes life feels so real, but actually the place of true freedom is when we realize that it is a simulation. It is a meaningless simulation except what we give meaning to. So I'm asking you now to see everything in life that doesn't evoke joy, harmony, peace, flow, ease in you. Do not give it any of your awareness. Instead, if it does take your awareness and make you react, sit with the reaction. Do not respond from fear. Do not act from fear. Never do any effort from fear. Just start to relax. Once you find peace, then take action. You'll be divinely guided to success, harmony, love, beauty, abundance, and all of the good things of life. This is how we affect the simulation. This is how we get it to express how we need it to be. Now, I'm going away next week. I'm doing a week-long intensive with someone in Dubai. I'm going to talk to you about that when I get back, because it was an absolute manifestation, but it's not something that I want to speak about until I've done the work. But anyway, guys, those of you who have made it to the end, I want you to know that I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to create a new retreat centre. Now, I'm investing a lot of my own money in this place in Spain to open this retreat centre. But I do need some extra support, guys, because we're just a little bit short on it. So if you guys would ever have considered doing a retreat with me, or want to take on one of my courses, anyone who invests in this will get something in return. You can either take off the amount off any retreat that you decide to come to, and these retreats will only be 5 or 6 people. I no longer want people to be a number anymore. I want them to be an individual. I want them to get the healing they deserve, the change of life that they deserve, not as a number, but as an individual. And that's why I'm opening it up. If you want to learn more about it, go and check out the GoFundMe link that will be linked in the description. Thank you so much for any support if you can, guys. I appreciate you all. Sending love to every one of you.